Welcome back to Wheels of Luxury, the channel where we find out if a car truly lives up to the hype. Today, we are talking about one of the most talked about electric vehicles on the planet. This is the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5. And before this video is over, I am going to show you exactly why the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is not just a great electric SUV, it is arguably the best electric SUV you can buy for the money right now. Period. Let us start with the big picture. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 arrives with a massive price drop that changes everything. Hyundai has slashed the starting price by $7,600 compared to last year, making the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 accessible to more buyers than ever before. We are now talking about a starting MSRP of just $35,000, which puts this award-winning electric SUV well within reach for the federal EV tax credit. That is not a small deal. That is a game changer. In a market where electric vehicles keep getting more expensive, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is moving in the opposite direction, and buyers should be paying close attention. Now, let's talk about design, because the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 turns heads every single time it rolls down the street. This thing looks like it was pulled straight out of a science fiction film. The exterior is bold, geometric, and absolutely unmistakable. It draws inspiration from Hyundai's legendary 1974 Pony concept, and yet it feels completely futuristic. The pixelated LED lighting, both front and rear, has become a signature trademark of the Hyundai Ioniq 5, and it still looks stunning. The lines are sharp, the proportions are athletic, and for 2026, Hyundai has added a brand new color called Sage Silver Matte to the lineup, which is available across all trims. Combined with the other matte finishes that were introduced last year, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 gives buyers more personality and style choices than almost anything else in the segment. This is a vehicle that does not just transport you, it makes a statement the moment you pull up to any location. Let us get into the powertrain, because this is where the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 really delivers. There are two powertrains available. The first is a single rear-mounted electric motor putting out 168 horsepower, giving you smooth, refined rear-wheel drive performance. The second is a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup that produces a seriously impressive 320 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque, and that torque is instantaneous the way only an electric motor can deliver it. When you press that accelerator in the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5, you feel every single one of those pound-feet hit you immediately, without delay, without hesitation. It is one of the most satisfying driving experiences in the entire electric SUV segment. And the range story on the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is outstanding. The base standard range model will get you up to 245 miles on a single charge. The long-range rear-wheel drive configuration gives you an EPA-estimated 318 miles on a single charge. The all-wheel drive SE and SEL versions deliver up to 290 miles, and the rugged off-road styled XRT variant still gives you 259 miles. No matter which version of the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 you choose, range anxiety is simply not part of the conversation. Now, let's talk about charging, and this is where the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 absolutely dominates the competition. The Ioniq 5 is built on Hyundai's EGMP platform, which supports 800-volt ultra-fast charging. What does that mean in real-world terms? It means the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 can charge from 10% all the way to 80% in approximately 18 to 20 minutes on a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger. Think about that. In roughly the same time it takes to grab a coffee and a snack, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is ready to take you another 200 miles down the road. That's not just fast, that's genuinely revolutionary charging technology. But it gets even better. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 comes equipped with a built-in NACS charging port, the North American Charging Standard, which means you get native, no adapter needed access to over 25,000 Tesla superchargers across the country. Combined with Level 2 home charging that tops the battery off in about 7.5 hours, and the included combination Level 1 and Level 2 charging cable that comes standard on every 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 this year, you have the most comprehensive charging flexibility available in any electric SUV at this price point. And then there's the Vehicle to Load feature, V2L, which turns the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 into a rolling power station. With available 120-volt outlets both inside and outside the vehicle, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 can power your laptop, your camping gear, your espresso machine, power tools on a job site, even another electric vehicle in an emergency. This is a feature most competitors simply do not offer at all, and it makes the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 far more than just a way to get from point A to point B. Step inside the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the first thing you notice is space. Real space. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 is built on a dedicated electric platform, which means there is no intrusion from a traditional drivetrain tunnel running through the floor. The cabin floor is completely flat. That flat floor, combined with a long waistband, gives both front and rear passengers an extraordinary amount of legroom and personal space that you simply do not find in similarly priced combustion engine competitors. 5 adults can sit comfortably in the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 on a long road trip without feeling cramped. The center console on the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 slides forward and backward on higher trims, giving you flexible storage and creating a genuinely living room-like atmosphere inside the cabin. The rear seats recline for added comfort. The front seats are well cushioned for long drives. Ventilated front seats and a heated steering wheel are available on upper trims. The limited trim of the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 adds a panoramic vision roof that floods the cabin with natural light, rear side sunshades for passengers, and 64-color ambient lighting that transforms the whole interior atmosphere with a single tap. When it comes to cargo, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 offers 26.3 cubic feet behind the rear seats, a practical, usable number for everyday life. Fold the rear seats flat, and that expands to 58.5 cubic feet. There's also a front trunk, a frunk up front that provides additional storage for your charging cable and accessories. A hands-free power liftgate is available on SEL and higher trims, making loading groceries or luggage effortless. Technology inside the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is absolutely first class. Every single trim comes standard with a dual 12.3-inch digital display setup, one screen serving as the driver's instrument cluster and one as the full infotainment touchscreen. These two screens form a seamless, continuous display arc across the dashboard, and they look spectacular. They're bright, sharp, and incredibly intuitive to use. The infotainment system on the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 runs wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as standard across the lineup, so you're never fumbling for a cable. Built-in navigation with route planning intelligently maps out charging stops along your journey. Over-the-air software updates keep the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 up to date without a single dealership visit. On upper trims, the Bose 8-speaker premium audio system delivers concert-level sound quality inside the cabin. A heads-up display is available on the limited trim, projecting navigation and speed information directly into your line of sight. And the digital rear view mirror on the limited uses a rear-facing camera to give you a perfectly clear view behind the vehicle, regardless of rear cargo or tinted windows. New for 2026, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 also features a haptic feedback steering wheel on every trim level. This means the steering wheel itself vibrates with a subtle pulse to alert you when the blind spot monitoring or lane departure warning systems detect potential danger. It's the kind of thoughtful, real-world safety innovation that proves Hyundai is designing the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 for people who actually drive it, not just for spec sheets and press releases. Safety on the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is genuinely class-leading. The mechanically identical 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5 earned the IIHS Top Safety Plus designation, the absolute highest safety honor the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety awards. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 carries forward that same structural integrity, built on the rigid EGMP battery platform, which creates an exceptionally stiff, crash-resistant floor and passenger cell. Standard safety equipment on every single 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5, including the base model, includes forward collision avoidance assist that monitors for vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists, adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go capability, lane keeping assist with lane centering, blind spot collision avoidance assist, rear cross-traffic collision avoidance that can automatically apply the brakes, and intersection collision mitigation. These are not optional extras. These are standard features on every 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 regardless of trim level. Upper trims add a surround view monitor, blind spot camera monitoring that shows a live feed of the adjacent lane when your turn signal is activated, and rear automatic braking for the tightest parking situations. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 also increased its airbag count over previous generations, with additional rear airbags for improved rear occupant protection. Latch attachments for child safety seats are standard throughout the lineup. Let us talk about the trim lineup, because the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 gives you clear, logical choices at every budget level. The entry-level SE standard range starts at $35,000 and delivers an incredible amount of car for the money, including all the standard technology and safety features we just covered. The SE at around $42,000 adds the larger long-range battery and either rear-wheel or all-wheel drive. The SEL steps up with heated rear seats, a wireless charging pad, a hands-free power liftgate, ambient interior lighting, and highway driving assist too, the most sophisticated semi-autonomous highway driving system Hyundai offers. The XRT gives the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 an adventurous, rugged character, with all-terrain tires, blacked-out 18-inch wheels, an extra inch of ground clearance, and exclusive exterior styling, all while maintaining the same 320 horsepower dual-motor powertrain. And at the top, the limited trim of the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is the full luxury experience. Ventilated front seats, panoramic roof, head-up display, digital rear-view mirror, Bose premium audio, 64-color ambient lighting, and the V2L vehicle-to-load power outlet. Every step up the trim ladder on the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is clearly worth the money. And backing it all up is one of the best warranties in the entire automotive industry. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 comes with a 5-year or 60,000-mile basic warranty, a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and a 10-year or 100,000-mile high-voltage battery warranty. When a manufacturer is willing to stand behind their electric drivetrain and battery for a full decade and 100,000 miles, that tells you everything you need to know about their confidence in the product. So who is the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5? It's for the buyer who wants cutting-edge style without apology. It's for the driver who wants real performance, instantaneous torque, up to 318 miles of range, and 18-minute ultra-fast charging. It's for the family that needs a safe, spacious, practical daily driver that earns the highest safety ratings in the industry. It's for the tech enthusiast who wants wireless CarPlay, dual giant screens, over-the-air updates, and a vehicle that literally powers your camping trip. And with a starting price of $35,000 and a $7,600 price cut versus last year, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is now for a much larger group of buyers than ever before. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 does not ask you to compromise. It does not ask you to accept a lesser driving experience because it runs on electrons. It does not ask you to sacrifice style, space, technology, or safety. The 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 simply delivers at a price that makes every rival in this segment look over their shoulder. If you've been waiting for the right electric SUV at the right time with the right price, the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is your answer. This is the one. If this video helped you understand why the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is making waves right now, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to Wheels of Luxury, and drop your questions about the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 in the comments below. We read every single one. Until next time, drive in luxury and drive electric.